Hello, Namaskar, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ welcome you all to the Nama Vedantu SSLC. So in case you are very new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And secondly, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ದು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನಾ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರಿಂದನೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಿನಿಶ್ ದ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, ದೆನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರಬೇಕು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದಾಂತ SSLCನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಮುಗಿದಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮದು. ಒನ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ 1 hour ನಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫಿನಿಶ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ 1 hour. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾದ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸು, ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ದು ಮುಗಿದಿದೆ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಥಿಯರೀಸ್. ಈಗ ಏನು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನವೆಂಬರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನವೆಂಬರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಎವ್ರಿ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ವೈಸ್. ಸೊ ಆದ್ರೂ ಥಿಯರಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾ ಈಗ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನಲ್ಲ ಅದರ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ದು ಫುಲ್ ಕುಂತು ಓದಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಚಾಪ್ಟರನ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದಾಂತ SSLCನಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ನೋಡಿ ಆಯಿತಾ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಈಸಿ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಪೀಪಲ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಪೀಪಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ ಆಯಿತಾ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ 1 marks ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ 1 marks ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಅದಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣ 2 marks, then 3 marks. So all the questions we are going to do it. Done. So let's start with the first question. What is the first question of ours today? Okay, so that is some crystals of copper sulfate were dissolved in the water. The color of the solution obtained would be, they have given 4 options. What is that? Green, red, blue, brown. So what they have asked actually, so they have told it is actually a CuSO4. ಕಾಪರ್ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ? CuSO4. So some crystals of CuSO4 has been dissolved into the water. ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ CuSO4 ಅನ್ನು dissolve ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. The color of the solution will be obtained would be, whether it would be green, red, blue, brown. We have studied in the physical properties of this. Okay, ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆನ್ಸರು? ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆನ್ಸರು? It will be option C, blue. How? When you add CuSO4 into the water, what's going to the problem? It will produce Cu2 plus ions. Clear? So it will become what? Blue in color. Done. Only this much you people need to remember. Krita ellargo. Next question hogodu. When dilute HCl is being added to zinc pieces taken in a test tube, they have given 4 options. In 4 options, so no changes takes place. The color of the solution becomes yellow. And third option is the pungent smelling gas gets liberated. Fourth option is some bubbles of H2 gas appear on the surface of the zinc pieces. Surface of the zinc pieces. Come on, tell me who is going to answer it in the chat box. Who is seeing it? Try it. I'll give you 20 seconds. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? Zn ಎದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? Zn actually will get reacted with dilute HCl. It will get reacted with what? Dilute HCl to form what? Dilute HCl. To form what? ZnCl. It will produce what? ZnCl. For that purpose, small bubbles of the H2 gas will appear on the surface of the. Why? Because the side product will be H2. Done everyone? So option D will be the correct answer. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಅವ್ರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಥಿಯರಿಯನ್ನ, ಅದನ್ನಷ್ಟೇ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳೋದು ಥಿಯರಿ ಓದಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Next question, PbS reacts with ozone, that is O3, and forms the PbSO4 as per the balanced equation. Molecules of the ozone required for every 1 molecule of PbS is. So ಒಂದು PbS ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟಪ್ಪ molecules ಬೇಕಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So first option is 4, second option is 3, third is 2 and 1. Come on, I'll give you 10 seconds again. 10 seconds again. So in PBS, it will form PbSO4 by what? Ozolysis. PB ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? PbSO4 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Right? PB will become what? PbSO4. So ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಬೇಕು? ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಬೇಕಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So ozonize ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Sufficient. There needs to be how much? 2O3. 2O3 we need to produce for each. So option 2 will be the correct answer. Clear? Let's move to the next question. Chemically, rust is hydrated ferrous oxide, hydrated ferric oxide, and only ferric oxide, and none of this. Chemically, rust means what? Chemically, rust. So, nimage already ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ iron plus oxygen or water, it's going to form what? It's going to form ferrous oxide, right? So ಹೇಗೆ ferrous ಆಗ್ತದೆ actually? ಹೇಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ? moisture ಇಂದ. moisture ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ? hydrogen ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ? So what we can get the answer here? Hydrated ferrous oxide or ferric oxide. ಈ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತೂ ರಾಂಗ್ ಅದು. ತಿಳಿತಲ್ಲ? ಸೊ ಈ ಎರಡು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಪ್ಪ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್? whether it is a ferrous oxide or it is a ferric oxide. Come on. ಸೊ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್? ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ferric oxide will be produced. Ferrous oxide illa, ferric oxide will be produced. Done. Next question. Which of the following reaction is not correct? So they have given 4 options. So yav balance equation agilla check ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ZnCuSO4, ZnSO4 and Cu. A2Ag CuNO3, 2AgNO3 plus Cu. Next Fe plus CuSO4, that is giving FeSO4 and Cu. Next Mg plus 2HCl, it gives MgCl plus H2. Come on, who is going to answer this question? ಏನ್ ಆಗಬಹುದು? ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 10 seconds ನಾನೇ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ್ದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. You need to check it out which is most aggressive one to go and attack. So option B will be the correct answer. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ Ag ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಾಪರ್ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್? Ag ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಾಪರ್ ಇದೆ. Ag ಗೆ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಬಹಳ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಕಾಪರ್ ಗಿಂತ. So for that purpose it will produce what? 2AgNO3 and Cu. Done. Next question. Copper displaces which of the following metals from its salt solution? Copper displace ಯಾವ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ZnSO4, FeSO4, AgNO3 and NiSO4. Come on, try this. I'll give you again the 10 seconds. Try ಮಾಡಿ. So here what happens? Copper ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, copper will actually displace. Okay, ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ? Copper will displace ZnSO4 ಅಂತೂ impossible. Why? Because it's more stronger than that. Fe is not possible. Ni is not possible. Then option left is AgNO3. Means what? Copper will easily displace the Ag. It will convert Ag to Ag plus because it is more reactive. Understood? For that purpose, option C will be the correct answer. Done. Next question. In an electrolytic cell where electrolysis is carried, anode has positive charge change, negative change connected to the negative terminal of the battery and none of this above. Can't tell this. In an electrolytic cell where the electrolysis is carried out, where it is being carried out, so what happens actually at the anode, whether it is becoming electrolysis or no? ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೈಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೇನೋ anode ನಲ್ಲಿ and reduction ಆಗ್ತಿದೇನೋ. What happens at the anode and what happens at the cathode? Electrolysis ಅಂದ್ರೆ first ಅದು ತಿಳಿಬೇಕು ನಮಗೆ, right? So what is happening here? Here the oxidation is happening. Here the reduction is happening. Right? So which will be the option correct? Whether it is a positive change or a negative change. So it will be what? Positive change. Clear? Next question. The reaction H2 plus Cl2 gives 2HCl represents oxidation, reduction, decomposition and combination. So what is happening to H2 and Cl2? Come on. It will combine with the single product, that is HCl, right? H2 plus Cl2 will combine together to form what they have told? That is 2HCl they have given, right? Avare kottidare 2HCl anta. So it presents oxidation ಆಗ್ತಿದೇನೋ ಏನೋ, reduction ಆಗ್ತಿದೇನೋ, or it is becoming decomposition. It is all in the types of chemical reaction. ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದು? Types of chemical reaction. We have already discussed this, right? So if the two products are there, two elements are combining together to form a product, it will be what? Combination reaction. Done? Next question. So in the reaction PbO plus C gives Pb plus CO. So PbO is being oxidized, C acts as an oxidizing agent, C acts as reduction agent, and the reaction does not represent the redox reaction. Try it. So what it happen actually? Carbon will remove the oxygen from PbO, right? The carbon which is there, it will remove the oxygen, right? So for that purpose, which option will be the correct answer? Which will be the correct answer? It's a reducing agent, right? It's a reducing agent. Now tell, C acts as a reduction agent. Done? Next, a substance which oxidizes itself and reduces other is known as oxidizing agent, reducing agent, both A and B, and none of this. Come on. It is a reducing agent. Direct question. ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Substances which oxidizes itself. Oxidize ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, reduce ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ? Reducing agent ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Next, take about 5 ml of dilute HCl in the test tube and add a few pieces of fine granules to it. Which gas is being evolved? Which gas is being evolved? Come on. So metal with dilute acids typically evolve what? Metals with dilute acid will evolve H2 gas, guys. Simple, right? It's very simple, right? H2 gas. So the option will be got hydrogen. Done. Next, dissolving sugar is an example of physical change or chemical change or redox reaction or none of the above. It's very easy. It's a physical change itself. So yaವಾಗ sugar and reduce ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ means we are dissolving the sugar into the water, milk, anything. It's actually called as physically we are doing it. Chemically nothing is happening. We are adding the sugar. We are stirring it. Done. Next, heat is evolved during, so diving, endothermic reaction, displacement reaction, combustion reaction, combination reaction. Heat has been evolved. It has been removed. It is called as what? Fast. So, it is a tricky question, right? Release of heat is actually called as what? If it is a release of heat, then it is called as what? It's an exothermic reaction. So where the exothermic reaction is happening actually? In a combustible reaction. Okay, in the combustible reaction that it is happening. So option C will be the correct answer. Clear? Next, which of the following is not a balanced equation, they have asked. So which of the following is the not a balanced equation? You need to check it out each and every equation. First ಇದನ್ನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇದನ್ನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. F ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಒಂದಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ Cl2 ಎರಡಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂರಿದೆ. Option B will be on the correct answer. Not necessary to check the other options itself. Done. Next, the reaction between the lead nitrate and the potassium iodine present in the aqueous solution is an example of. They have told the reaction between, okay, PbNO3, they have told the reaction between what the reaction between lead nitrate aita, potassium iodine and lead nitrate right, then in aqueous solution is an example of. Right, this will be the reaction. So they have told us to tell the example for. It's actually what? It's actually what? Here also double is present, here also double is present. We have a double displacement option. Yes, we have it. That is going to be what? Double displacement reaction. Option C will be the correct answer. Next, what happens when dilute hydrochloric acid is being added in the iron fillings? So when you people are going to add Fe plus 2HCl, when you are going to add Fe plus 2HCl, what you are going to get? 2FeCl. Sorry, one second. We are going to get 2FeCl. Am I correct? 2FeCl2 will get it. Right? What we are going to get the side product? Why we can forget? This is our enemy. Always it will be there. Right? We should not forget the H2 gas anytime. So this is the reaction, how it's going to happen. So they have asked, tick the correct answer. Tick the correct answer. Here the hydrogen gas and the iron chloride had been produced. Hydrogen gas antu ide, right? Iron chloride ide, right? This is iron chloride. Okay. Ideno hydrogen gas. So the option A will be the correct answer. Done. So let's start with the 2 marks questions now. So in this 2 marks questions, we are going to practice. We are going to be a little faster. Why? Because MCQ solpa solpa difficult agutte. But 2 marks will be easy for them. Okay. So identify the type of the chemical reaction. A they have gone. A is getting converted to B plus C. And answer will be what? A, B. A will get converted to B plus C is actually a decomposition reaction. It's actually a what? Decomposition reaction. Done. So second they have told AD plus CD means elladku general equation kottidararu. Now answer athar prakara baribeku aita. So here what happens? AD plus CD will give AD plus CB is actually a double displacement. Already we have took the example just now. Okay. Next question is, why does not silver evolve hydrogen on reacting with dilute H2SO4? So whenever the silver is not been evolving the hydrogen, that is H2 gas, on reacting with the dilute sulfuric acid, why? Because this is H2SO4 is an acid. Then this is a hydrogen gas needs to release. No, whenever the metal is getting reacted with the acid, it needs to release H2 gas. So as a silver is a less reactive. Here what happens? Silver is actually a less reactive than the hydrogen. For that purpose, it will not. Simple. Next. Why do diamond and graphite, the two allotrope forms the carbon, evolve different amounts of heat on combustion? Diamond and graphite are two allotropes of carbon, but they evolve different amounts of heat on combustion because. So the arrangement of the carbon atoms and thus their shapes are the different from one another. Yes, the arrangement is different and even the shape is also different. For that purpose, diamond is, see, it will be shape is different. It has a lot of carbon, but the graphite shape is different. Because of that only, they are the two allotrope forms of carbon, but they will evolve a different amount of heat on the combustion. Means the shape also depends, okay, what type of a production. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ different types of vessels ಅಲ್ಲಿ different heating ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬಲ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಜಲ್ದಿ ಹೀಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಹೀಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. means it will take time to get heated. So that is the difference between the shapes. Okay, same it has been applied to diamond and graphite. Next, what is the role of oxidizing agent in the reaction? The role of oxidizing agent in the reaction is that it supplies the oxygen or removes the hydrogen in the reaction. What is the role? The role of the oxidizing agent in a reaction is that it supplies the oxygen or removes the hydrogen in the reaction. Simple. What happens chemically when the quicklime is being added to the water? So when you are going to add the quicklime into the water, a lot of heat is being evolved, means exothermic process is happening. Heat is getting evolved out, okay? And calcium hydroxide or slanked lime, so is formed with the hissing sound, means whenever it is happening. ನೀವು ಸೋಡಾ ಕುಡಿತಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಲೆಮನ್ ಸೋಡಾ ಕುಡಿತಿರ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೋಡಾ ಹಾಕ್ತಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಲೆಮನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ sound ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That is what it's happening. Okay, the chemical reaction involved is CaO, that is calcium oxide. It is getting reacted with H2O and it is forming what? CaOH2 and heat, that is shaked lime. So this is actually a shaked lime and this is actually a quicklime. Done. Next, why a combustion reaction or oxidation reaction? So combustion reaction is an oxidation reaction because it is always carried out in the presence of the oxygen. For that purpose only the release of the, means exothermic process is happening there. Okay, MCQ nal question bandittadu. So the chemical reaction is involved what? CH4 is actually reacting with 2O2 in the form of gaseous form. It is forming CO2. It's forming CO2 and 2H2O. Means we need to balance the equation. We are learning the first chapter. If we didn't balance it, it's just waste, right? Why are food particles preferably packed in the aluminum foil? So aluminum foil ನೋಡಿರಬೇಕು ನೀವು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನೀವು ಪ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ತರ. Okay, the food particles are preferably packed in aluminum foil because it does not corrode in atmosphere. So the protective coating of aluminum oxide, so Al2O3 is formed on the surface of the foil. So Al2O3 is being formed on the surface of the foil, means protective foil. For that it is Al2O3 is present on it. So and it stops any further reaction on the metal with the air and the water. So even if it is kept for a long time, food particles will not spoil. So aluminum foil Al2O3 ಇಂದ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಏರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಟರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಏರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಟರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪಾಯ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ 1 year. After 1 year also you are going to eat it. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿನ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿನ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ. Next, what happens to the lime water when CO2 gas has been bubbled through its excess? So when the CO2 gas is bubbled, ಯಾವಾಗ CO2 gas bubble ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, means carbon dioxide gas, so through the lime water in the excess of, then initially it becomes milky, but after some time its becomes milkiness disappears. So milk ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಮಿಲ್ಕಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮಿಲ್ಕಿನೆಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಖತಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಖಾಲಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ರನ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಕಾರ್ಬೋನೇಟ್ has been formed which causes the lime water. So initially calcium carbonate form ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, CaCO3 will be formed. Okay, CaCO3 will be formed, but it causes the lime water turn milky. Okay, ಅದರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ಮಿಲ್ಕಿ ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ because of the production of CaCO3, that is calcium carbonate. But and when the further CO2 is being passed, calcium bicarbonate is being formed which turns the solution colorless. So ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋದ್ವಿಯಪ್ಪ. ಓಕೆ, ಏನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತೇವೆ, CO2 ಇನ್ನ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಲೈಮ್ ವಾಟರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ, means it will get converted from carbonate to what? Bicarbonate. Done. Very simple to understand. First you understood CO2 gas has been bubbled through the lime water. Lime water ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು CO2 gas ಅನ್ನ ಬಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಬಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, when you bubble it, that time it is going to produce the calcium carbonate. Starting phase. So continuously if you are passing the CO2 inside that, it will convert into the calcium bicarbonate. Clear? So it will become colorless. Done. Next, why is the combustion reaction or the oxidation reaction? Combustion is an oxidation reaction as it is always carried out in the presence of oxygen. For that purpose, it is called as combustion reaction. This you have learnt it lots of times. You have previous year, means 9th standard, 10th, 8th standard ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಆಯ್ತಾ. Next, identify the type of the chemical reaction. First one is A plus B gives the C. This is a combustion reaction in which a single product is being formed from multiple reactants. Clear? So here also you can just observe this is done. Easy. Now A plus BC gives AC plus B. Okay, ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟು ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡು ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇರೋದು ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್, ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಡು. ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಹಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ LBA ಬೇಸ್ಡು, ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಎಲ್ಲದರಿಂದ ತೊಗೊಂಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಇಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ. Next, why cannot a chemical change be normally reversed? A chemical change cannot be normally reversed because products so formed in a chemical reaction are quite different from the reactants. For that purpose, it will not. Okay. Identify the substances oxidized and reduced in the reaction. So here what happens? CuO is actually getting reacted with Zn to form ZnO plus Cu. It is forming what? ZnO plus Cu. So the substance is oxidized is zinc and the substance is reduced is copper oxide. Next person comes is a student took 2-3 grams of substances X in the glass of a beaker and poured water over it slowly. He observed bubbles along with the hissing noise. The beaker becomes quite hot. Identify the X. What type of a reaction is it? Just now we studied this question. So same thing, it has been repeated. So ಅದೇ ಹೇಳೋದು ನೀನು ಸೇಮೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳೋ ರೀತಿ ಬೇರೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಸ್ ಅಟ್ ಗುಡ್ ವೇ, ದೆನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಟ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫ್ಯೂ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ 3 marks questions. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ 3 marks questions. 2 marks questions we will be providing you the free PDF also in the description. Make sure you'll see remaining questions also. I have brought a bunch of questions from LBA, previous year question paper, everything. You can just go through all the things nicely. Okay, 3 marks questions will start now. So define rusting. So the formation of a reddish brown ferric oxide on the surface of the iron when exposed to the air to the long period of time in the presence of water or a moisture at a low temperature is called as rusting. Done. So why do you apply paint on iron articles? So why do you apply the paint articles? Why? Because to protect it from the rusting. So any rusting ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, moisture ಇಂದ, water ಇಂದ, air ಇಂದ, so ಅದರಿಂದ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೈಟ್ ದ ಬಂದಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ರೈಟ್ ದ ಬರೋದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು. So write the balanced chemical reaction for the following. They have given the reactions here. You need to balance it and write it. You people already have explained it. How to balance a chemical reaction. Easy trick ಅನ್ನೂ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದಾಂತದಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಲೆಸನ್ ಕಲಿಸಿದ್ದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಥಿಯರಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಅವಾಗನೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. You need to go through those things. Okay. Next, the reaction is given by Zn plus H2SO4 gives ZnSO4 plus H2. So they have told, first question is write the ionic equation for the reaction. They have told to write the ionic equation for the reaction. So this will be the ionic reaction and the ionic equation can be represented by 2 half equation. Write this equation. So the 2 halves of the ionic equation representing one at the cathode and another at the anode. Means anode nalli ಒಂದಿರಬೇಕು, cathode nalli ಇರಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ overall reaction. Okay, it's actually overall reaction. Done. Next, identify the type of the reaction in the following. They have given the reaction same way it is, just they have asked it in the different manner itself. You also need to practice such type of a questions. They have told the question and they have told us the how actually it needs to be balanced also. Now here they already left side ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೀರಿ. ಅದಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅದನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿ, so that it will be easy. Done. Yes. So these are the few questions which you people need to ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತೊಗೊಂಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ MCQ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ and then we discussed about the 1 marks, then we have discussed about the 2 marks and then both the 3 marks. So ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಮೂರು ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇವೆಲ್ಲನೇ ಸೇಮ್ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇದೇನಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇಮ್ ಅದೇ ತರನ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ABC ಅದೇ ತರ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಫುಲ್ ಥಿಯರಿಯನ್ನ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇದು ಫುಲ್ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ತಿಳಿತಾ? ಸೊ ಟಿಲ್ ದೆನ್ ಸಿ ಯು ಎವ್ರಿವನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್. ಏನಾದರೂ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ, so that we will modify some things in the next class. Okay, so I have already given you people the PDF also, description al PDF haklek heltare, so you can go to the PDF, free PDF it is. So check with the PDF questions, all I have provided it one by one, no, without seeing, sit and solve it. Okay, because adralli answer hakilla nanu MCQ answers 2 marks 3 marks hakidire, MCQ hakilla, but own questions anna ನೋಡಿ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು, so that it will help for your SSLC preparation. Done. Till then, see you everyone.